Hello, my YouTube friends. I'm going to make a brief comment about what I believe to be the nature of our existence reality as it is expressed in our lives as best as I can anyway. I mean, to have an insight into the meaning of our existence is quite extraordinary. I mean, I give it a shot. I give it a shot. I make paintings. I try to do it through painting. I try to do it through reflection. I try to do it. Paintings are actually a version of meditation. I'm a believer of meditation from the point of view, not in an organized, some sort of ritualized way, but something that is very pertinent and particular to each individual person. There is different ways of meditating. You can meditate in when you're roller skating through a buffalo. What was that? What was that song with the guy? You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. Well, you can meditate in a buffalo herd. That was Roger Miller, I think. You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. You can't roller skate. Oh yeah, whatever that was. Yeah. Anyway, so my thought was, as I'm working on a series of paintings I'm going to call the Pacific, is, and this is very apropos to the subject of what I have picked, that the Pacific is a dead alive, it's dying. But my thoughts were that we exist now, our reality, and the way I wrote it down is it's an existence paradox. We are now in an existence paradox because everything is happening somewhere else. This is the nature of news, what we listen to. Information, people. Information. Information has a fundamental flaw, and that is it's always happening somewhere else. This is the problem with information. It's always happening somewhere else. It's not you, it's somewhere else. Now, I was at a funeral yesterday, and I had very tragic news again of a person that has died. And what I realized is that for most of our experiences, something is always happening somewhere else. And I'm thinking more that the important things are always happening somewhere else. Like the Pacific is dying. Fukushima is spewing all its venomous, toxic hate on our planet. And it's always happening somewhere else. So it's not happening to us. But once you're confronted with the experience of something that is happening to you and me, things change. I'm going to call it the existence paradox, because as we now experience existence, it's always happening somewhere else. And that's the information, which is why I don't like information. I mean, things come to me when I work, and I'm thinking, well, why is it that I really resist all the information? We need to have a few facts that are converted into some form of knowledge that we incorporate, and then we act on it. But unfortunately, the way things are working now, we are primed, we are actually conditioned to see things as happening somewhere else rather than happening to us. And I was at this funeral, and I wasn't necessarily very connected to the person that died, but I'm very connected to the person that people that he left behind, the children that he left behind. I feel quite a connection to the people that he left behind. And I felt that a lot of my existence is actually to do with something that isn't happening to me. Like in my mind, it's not happening to me. And until it happens to me, it's not real. So this is the problem with information. We need to internalize. This is what I'm trying to express in my YouTubes, that the idea of making a painting actually is that when I present something that I have made, that I am totally 100% committed to, actually may affect someone else. And at that point, the experience is no longer somewhere else. It's like on your plate. Yeah, I've given you something to chew on, and you're dealing with it. And the same way that somebody gives you information, it's somewhere else. It's not happening to you. And this is our problem. I think this is our problem. We need to actually embrace somehow in our day-to-day experiences the things that are the most important and meaningful reality that we go through is not what somebody else tells us, but what we experience directly. And I had this experience now, yesterday or the day before yesterday, the funeral, and then I got news of a tragic event of a person that I knew and I felt very close to. And this is something that I realized, the paradox of existence is that it's always happening somewhere else. We need to understand that it's happening to us now. And Fukushima is happening to us every day, every moment of every day, which is why I go off on this so much. It's like the most important topic in all of life. In the history of all of life, this nuclear monster that has implanted itself, it's sort of like a chip under our skin, or it's like a gnat up our ass. It's like our bed bugs in our hair. Whatever this is, it's part of our life. It's not happening somewhere else, people. It's happening to us. It's happening to me every day. And we're under threat. We're under threat. It's not somewhere else. The existence paradox is what we have been taught to understand and believe, that it's always somewhere else. You'll hear this. It's always somewhere else. It's in the Middle East. It's in Syria. It's in Afghanistan. It's bombs. It's people blowing up. It's somewhere else. And now the Syrian refugees are the culprits of destroying Western culture. Watch this. This is going to come down the tubes now. It's already happening. And Canada has accepted Syrian refugees. Supposedly 25,000 are going to come. I don't think so. But there's been a number of flights with a few thousand refugees into Canada. And this is going to be ratcheted up, that it's going to be starting. It's been somewhere else for now, but it's going to start happening. Not what they say, but we're all going to feel the effect of this monumental, epic catastrophe. What will be the cancers that are going to be everywhere. And the people that are dying of cancer. And this is not happening somewhere else. It's actually, this is an irony too, because it's happening right next door to us. If it's not happening to you right now or to me right now, it's happening in our community. It is happening to us. This is not in a distant way. We are in the middle of this blue balloon, what I call the blue balloon, which was a poem by the Four Horsemen. I knew these people, bpNichol and Paul Dutton. The Four Horsemen, check them out. The Four Horsemen, a sound poetry group, made a poem called I'm in a Blue Balloon. And we're in this blue balloon that pretends it's not really happening to us, but it's happening. It's happening. So the paradox is happening. It's not an existence somewhere else. We are in the middle of this blue balloon.